Call roll, please.
Dr. Ramona Becker.
Present.
Kenneth Lee.
Here.
Kyle McDonald.
Here.
Betty Martini.
Here.
Peggy O'Donnell.
Here.
Wonderful, thank you. And with all meetings, we will start with a moment of silent prayer. Amen. Now, if you all rise and join in the saying of the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to welcome everybody to our January 20th regularly scheduled meeting of your Bel Aire City Council, and we're 1/12 of the way for this year after today. I can't believe it's the way it's going. So, okay. First thing up for council is the minutes of the January 6th, 2015 City Council meeting.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Lee?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed and authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
Second, we have first and second. Are there questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, next is the appropriations ordinance 15-02 in the amount of $260,967.08.
Well, I guess we're not going to pass it.
Yeah. Anybody? We're just asking about why it was so low. Do you want to be higher? What?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve appropriations ordinance 15-02.
Second.
First and second, questions or comments on appropriations ordinance 1502. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, citizens' concern. Is there anybody in the audience wishing to address council tonight? Seeing none, we'll move on to reports. Any council members have reports? We'll start with you, Ms. Betty.
No report, sir.
No report, sir.
No report.
Mr. Mayor, I attended the SCAC meeting this last weekend, and they were talking about emergency preparedness and looking at the weather and such, and it's important for people to remember that even though it's easy this time of year to forget about it, severe weather could be around the corner, and with the weather, climate changing and such, it's not that unusual to have bad weather. So there'll be opportunities out there for storm spotter classes and such coming up that people should be paying attention to if they're interested.
Sounds good. We're talking about spring weather already.
Yeah. Yeah, so I attended that, and then I did want to mention that at our CCUA meeting that we had this month, that there were some repairs that are coming up that will have to be taken care of over the course of the year. That they're going to go ahead and spread the cost, but we'll have to keep an eye on our rates and such because there's always stuff to be paid for at the plant. So
Right.
That's it for me.
Appreciate it. Dr. Becker?
I just want to report that I attended the Community Development Committee meeting as liaison for the council on Monday, January the 12th. And we had a very productive meeting working on the calendar of events for the next year and reviewing bylaws and things like that. Our director, Rick Rukowski, is developing partnership with the Scouts. That's something we've been wanting to do. And several of the members will be assisting with the home show booth again this year, which I hope everybody puts that home show on their calendar because the city of Bel Aire does have a booth, and that's always a good thing. Also, we're making really good progress on the community gardens. Very exciting. Our member who who is most knowledgeable about that, assures us that there's lots of grant money available. So we're excited about that, working with the schools and the diocese and other entities here in the city. Also, I just thought I'd mention that several members are going to accompany Rick Rikowski tomorrow in touring the Kansas Leadership Center downtown. So that should be an interesting tour.
Neat.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Wonderful. I appreciate it, and I realize I skipped me. I have no formal report tonight, but I want to point out Councilmember McDonald and I were able to attend last Thursday the, I guess, formal ribbon cutting for the Surgical Concierge Center, and they had built out part of the bottom. Appreciate Councilmember McDonald being there, and Ty Lasher, and I think Michelle was there, and Rick from city staff. So it was a good time. And Splurge Magazine had a photographer there. I know, last week we talked about being in VIPE. I think coming up we'll see us. It just seems like every month or every other month there's something out there about the movement going on in Bel Aire. So that is always exciting. And I want to thank Ellie for sitting in for me at the CCUA meeting so I could attend that. And I always appreciate
We were
her.
being faithful at our CCUA meeting.
Yes. Good. You need to clone. Anyway, that's my report. We'll turn now to City Attorney.
No report this evening.
Mr. Lasher.
Just to go along with what Ms. Becker said, we do have a booth at the home show. I know several of the council members have signed up to work, and if anybody at home, any citizen would like to work, volunteer at the home show and represent Bel Aire, we're always looking for more volunteers, so just let me or Rick know, and we'll get you signed up for that. So that's all I had, Mayor.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we'll move next on to ordinance resolutions and final actions. The first thing before council tonight is consideration of approving a snow removal release form between the City of Bel Aire and Sedgwick County, the Sedgwick County Election Office to be specific. This is for polling place snow removal. We were talking earlier, I don't know that enough people have signed up that we would have primary, but there's always a possibility of, say, the school board. So we very easily could have a primary here in Bel Aire, even if it's not with our local government. And I think, so that would be slated for March 3rd if necessary. Then, of course, the election is April 7th. And basically, this is the county's asked if we could maintain, and if not, they will do it at no cost to us. The fact that it would have to be open at 4:30 a.m. and they'll do it and not charge us, I would encourage us to pass this.
Mm-hmm. And I think, Mr. Mayor, aren't we still going to be a polling place that's going to be open for Sedgwick County throughout how they do it early? Aren't we, Jamie?
Yes.
So it could be another day besides that. So, yes. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve, but I can't find it now on my computer. Oh, the snow removal release form with Sedgwick County Election Office and authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
We have a first and second. Are there questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, next is a addendum to the real estate purchase agreement with Shaheen Real Estate LLC to extend the closing of the property he's wishing to purchase to February 9th. Basically, this is the, and we talked about this at other meetings, the 80 acres that he's going to buy. He is actually out of the country and not going to be able to be back until February 9th. Still wants to buy it, just needs to get another week, so we've got to officially do that.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to move to approve the second addendum to real estate purchase agreement with Shaheen Real Estate LLC and authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
First and second, are there questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Item C, an ordinance approving the amendment of the comprehensive plan of the City of Bel Aire, Kansas. This is the comprehensive plan that was updated last year with staff, council, and the Planning Commission. input. All of us had input into it. We adopted it actually last July. The council approved the 2014 zoning map with revisions at the October 7th meeting. This ordinance incorporates the revised zoning map into comprehensive plan and corrects a few of the typographical errors that were in the 2014 plan. So even though seems like we've gone through all these steps, now we need to officially marry them all, I guess. So that's what is before you tonight.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve an ordinance approving the amendment of the comprehensive plan of the city of Bel Aire, Kansas.
Second.
First and second, this motion calls for a roll vote. Dr. Ramona Becker,
Aye.
Ken Lee,
Aye.
Guy McDonald,
Aye.
Betty Martine,
Aye.
Peggy O'Donnell,
Aye.
and the motion passes. Moving right along, these are things that we had discussed at length, I know, at our last workshop. Let's see here, the fee schedule is before you. Of course, you know, each year, this is something that we do every single year, and we go over everything and make sure it meets amended codes and address any new services that have been added that require a fee, anything like that. We review the proposal fee, just so everybody knows at home and here at the audience at the January 14th workshop. So we did literally go over every fee that's on there, and that's what we're voting on here tonight.
Is this going to be, then put the new fee schedule on the website? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the revised, now I've lost it again, the resolution concerning the license and permit fees within the corporate limits of the city of Bel Aire, Kansas, as presented, and authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
So we have first and second. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, the only thing I wanted to double check is there were some questions about the fingerprinting, how we were going to handle that, and the photocopies. And Mr. Lasher, can you kind of, did we get that, all those changes resolved as far as?
Yes, in your notes, for example, the photocopying, we incorporated what the council would like to see in that as far as copies, Bel Aire residents, and then the fingerprinting is included in here as well. I think it was $20, I believe.
Yeah, I actually had a teacher who wanted that. It was kind of funny that that came up, and I told her through today. After tonight, it's $20.
I think it's still a good deal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm real happy that we are approving, hopefully, that Bel Aire residents can get a few copies at no cost. I think it's 5.
Yeah.
That's good.
We have first and second. Are there other questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Next, another item, just to let everybody know that was discussed at length at our last workshop here last week, is adopting the revised City of Bel Aire new home incentives. For the last several years, you know, we've offered incentives for new home buyers who are building a new home in the city, and the current incentive program can be changed within 30 days of notice. We looked at what other cities in the area are doing and determined the incentives being offered by those municipalities, looked at those and kind of compared what we've been doing and where other communities are, because we certainly want to stay competitive. And several communities have totally actually eliminated the new home incentives. Others reduced them. And at the last workshop, we had quite a bit of discussion over where we want to be, and what we ended up doing was with the tax fee. So that we still have incentives out there for those who want to buy new homes, but if memory serves, it was no longer the free water for 6 months. So.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the revised City of Bel Aire new home incentives as presented.
Second.
Second, we have first and second. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I agree with their motion, but under item 2, the existing Bel Aire home buyers, the second bullet there, it says waive disconnect and reconnect utility fees. Disconnect should not be in there.
It should just be
Ah.
waive connect. Is
It
that what
just
it
should be
say?
waive reconnect utility fees. Because we don't charge people to shut the water off when they're moving from one house to another or moving out of town.
Good ca- Okay, good. And that's your second bullet item under Roman numeral 2.
I'll revise my motion to say approve the revised City of Bel Aire new home incentives as amended.
Second.
He has to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Guy has to.
I has to.
Second.
Okay.
Appreciate that, Betty. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Final item, moving right along here, is accepting a quote for the new City of Bel Aire entry monument to be located on the northwest corner of 37th and Woodlawn. And again, this is something that we've discussed not just at this last workshop, but at, saw community input through 2 different surveys and have discussed it literally for more than a year. So I'm very excited and happy to see this before council tonight.
There's a picture, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I'm thinking, see where, and it is going to be beautiful, and I think will do wonders and really help out too with all the economic development and just something we can all be proud of in the city.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the quote from Tobin Roop for a new Bel Aire monument and authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
We have a first and second. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to have Mr. Lasher, if he could take a minute to talk about the difference in the prices there. That I know the one
I was
price
gonna say.
is a lot lower because of the quarry issue. So, Mr. Lasher, would you mind talking to that for a moment?
To be honest, the Hartstone and Ron's sign company, which are both 35, 36,000 respectively, I really don't understand why they're that high. The only thing that I can think of is Hartstone actually got the bid to do the entry monuments for Sunflower Commerce Park. And they were the low bid by $50,000 from the other bids on that sign. And he made the comment of, well, he left a lot on the table. And so maybe he's trying to make it up. I don't know. I'm just saying that's my only thought. Because I really don't understand. Because we put together an RFP and it had all the information in there, dimensions and everything about us. They all were bidding on the same sign. Now I do know with Mr. Roop that he actually owns the quarry, so where this limestone will come from is actually on his property, so he doesn't have to go to buy the stone from someone else. And then he also has the company that will sandblast, because that's how these letters will go into the rock, as it'll be sent. So he owns that company. He's actually looking for some work. He said that he's pretty slow right now and was excited about getting a project. And he also thought that we weren't probably just going to buy one. We probably would need some more. And I told him that yes, this is the city's going to buy this one to get it started, and then we're going to look at getting donations from other organizations, maybe a crowdfunding, whatever. But we're going to look, because we want these to be at all the different entrances in town. And he figured that by doing one, he could probably get some more down the road as well. And the fact that he actually did the signs that are along the turnpike. And so we can see actually what he did. So that's why, in the end, we feel very comfortable with his price. And he had good reasons why he was the lowest.
Well, and I know the irony is that the signs along the turnpike are the ones that we said, we really like those, and that we want something like that. So it's ironic that
is,
it's worked
yeah.
out that way.
In the Flint Hills.
And I'd say, and that again is why, I mean, this wasn't something that the city, that any of us rushed into. I mean, literally, we've had this conversation now for, what, 18 months? Starting with, at least, with the 2 poles. It's something I've certainly wanted for a while, and I think this is wonderful. You know, the fact that the public overwhelmingly supported the idea of this new monument. I mean, we have to replace seals that are rotting and falling away, so appreciate all the work going into it.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I also want to ask Mr. Lasher, just so the public knows, when it comes, the colors that were up there, right?
Yes.
Will they already be on there?
Yes.
Or, okay,
Yep, it'll be installed. That price is installed. Now, it doesn't include any landscaping, but we
right.
can do that ourselves.
We can do that ourselves,
Yep.
right.
And he took into account drainage, so it wouldn't slope and everything.
Yeah,
So
the original
this
quote.
isn't just the sign, this is installation and everything.
Right, we were actually looking at maybe there by the lake, that as you come in off of Woodlawn. And so there would have been some drainage issues, and that's why there was an extra, I don't know, was it $1,000, $1,200?
$1,600 or something.
And, but after council discussed the sign, the company liked the idea of actually putting it where our city limits are, which is at 37th and Woodlawn, because we actually, that's within our corner where the bank is and Subway and such. So actually moving it down there in our right of way, so it's flat there, so it doesn't require the drainage and such. So that's why we removed that. We're actually just going to pay for the sign and installation. That's included.
And what's the turnaround on this?
He said he could start as soon as we give him the approval. And I said I'd like to have it up in a couple months. He said that should be no problem.
Exciting.
All righty.
Mr. Mayor, go ahead, Betty.
On the, we've discussed also the easements and the setbacks and everything of that sort that the public should know about. And so if they do widen 37th and they come down that far, this sign won't be in the road right away or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of planning has gone into this. Good point. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I was just going to say that I was very pleased with the second survey we did, especially that we got so much input from the public, and I was so glad that they happened to like the same sign that I did. I think we're going to have a beautiful classic sign that will be good for many years to come.
Actually, I think it's funny, if memory serves, we anonymously up here as a council picked, but we certainly want to know what the citizens wanted. Yeah, because it's not just what the 5 or 6 of us want, it's what the citizens want, and that that they were the same. So, wonderful, okay. There's not any more questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, I've said this here before, but I want to say it again, that 37th Street between Oliver and Woodlawn will be widened. It'll be 3 lanes, and I'm just saying this for the public in general, that some people just don't know about it. They're unfamiliar with it. So I just thought I'd express that thought again.
Yeah, and that's in 2016, correct?
2016, that's correct.
Right, good work. I'm going to call for the vote. We have first and second. To accept the quote from Tobin Roop. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This is exciting. Motion passes. Okay. Are there any future issues or discussion that needs to come before council tonight? And I have no need for an executive session. Do you, Mr. Lasher? All right. But you will in a couple weeks, right? All righty. Then one thing left to do.
Mr. Mayor,
Mrs. Martine.
I move to adjourn.
Second?
We have first and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.